Hello everyone, this is Princess Anime 64 and welcome back to the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. In today's video we're going to be talking about Chapter 9. It was released on, well, not yet actually, but it was announced on Twitter that Chapter 9 would be coming. So I'm going to be showing you what Chapter 9 looks like, the bosses you're going to be encountering, the new enemies, and the characters that you can recruit. So if we just zoom out for a bit, this is the entirety of Chapter 9. There's also some lights over there. It's just kind of hard to see because of the banner stuff. So if we... Oops. Now the main reason why the airship is right here is because if you remember at the end of Chapter 8, we had to escape from the Baron Red Wings, or aka Golbez, so we immediately got on the airship and just flew away. So the first part takes place in the sky, and while we're in the sky, the first boss we're going to be encountering is both the Ferocious Avian and the Garuda. You're going to be fighting both of them at the same time, actually, like on the third wave. And that's something you're going to be seeing a lot in Chapter 9, actually. The bosses that you see that you're going to be fighting, you're actually going to be fighting both of them on one wave. So it kind of puts you a little on pressure, but we can you can get through it, though. So if the first boss I want to show off is the Black Waltz 3. It's resistant to darkness, but it is weak to holy and fire. It does have usual fire, blizzard, and thunder magic, but the one attack it does have is called Thunder Garb, in which it will grant itself a shield, and it will also levitate. And when he's levitating, he's resistant to magic attacks, so you want to stick with physical attackers for this. But it's best to at least take one magic user with you, because if you see right over here, we have Floating Eyes and Evil Eyes to deal with. The next boss over here is going to be Kuja again, so we should be pretty familiar with how he fights. If the last time we fought him was back in Chapter 6. The boss over here, we first start off with the Garuda, but then on the third wave you're going to be fighting the Ferocious Avian and the Zoo again. And you want to remember the flying enemies are weak to like any ranged attack, so Setzer or Laguna can help you out there. Boss over in this one is going to be the Ice Turtle, so fire elemental characters can help out like Vivi or Vincent. We go further over here. I should also note this part right over here is like the Icy Mountains, so you might be fighting against you will be fighting against any ice-based enemies. So for this boss right over here, we have the Blue Dragon again. Again, it's resistant to ice but weak to fire. You're actually going to be fighting two of these on the last wave, so be prepared for that. And then the enemy, this new one here, is called a White. It is resistant to both physical and ranged attacks, so magic attacks can help you out there. It's also resistant to wind, but it is weak to lightning and stone. It does also have an attack called Wind Slash that decreases wind res, so just be on the lookout for that. And over here, we are going to be fighting two giants. Remember though, the red giant is resistant to magic attacks. Iron giant is just pretty simple. It's not weak or resistant to anything, unless you're running Vincent. Next boss over here, you're going to fight the Malboro on the first wave, and then you have the Greatest Malboro on the last wave, so Yuna's going to be a must on that fight. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had a little cough there. I'm not sick or anything. So the next boss for this one, the first wave is going to have a Malboro, and then on the last wave we have a worm enemy. This one is called the Abyss Worm. It's resistant to darkness and physical attacks, but it's weak to holy and wind. It does have usual attacks like any worm enemy does, specifically like the Iron Worm. That's an Orin's event. The one attack I would recommend watching out for is Drain Head, where it will recover HP. It does an HP attack and then recovers HP based on how much damage it deals to you. Next boss listed over here is going to be the Magitech Armor, so any characters with lightning elements can really help you there, like Edge or Vincent. The next boss right over here, we have the Magitech Armor again, and we also have the... I can never pronounce this name, Aiguion, I think it is, but you see these in the Leviathan trial. Next boss over here, this one is actually a bit interesting. You will be fighting the Emperor, who was the main antagonist from Final Fantasy II. So some of the Some of the main attacks you want to watch out for, he has attacks like Dreary Cell and Starfall, which boosts his bravery based on his initial bravery, and it also allows him to resist physical or magical attacks. Dreary Cell resists physical attacks, Starfall resists magic. His other attacks are Beckoning Blast and Mine. Beckoning Blast will have this little, like, trigger, you could say, on a target. Think of it like the death counter, basically. When it reaches, once it goes away, it actually, like, breaks you, which can be pretty scary, so just be on the lookout for that. Mine, on the other hand, just boosts speed, and the thing to remember, just like Beckoning Blast and Mine also boost bravery. He also has another attack called Scourge, which it can inflict poison, so if that happens, and if you're running Yuna, then you shouldn't have any problem there. The last boss, however, here it is, this guy right over here, is a lot bigger actually, but he is called Atlas. So some attacks to watch out for here. We have a Sonic Punch, which has a high turn rate. His AoE attack is Roar, which can boost up his max bravery, his attack, and his speed. Squish, that removes the Atlas's debuffs and enemy buffs, except for frame buffs like Aerith Cetra's favor buff. And then the last tag you want to watch out for is Chain Strike, which is an AoE, bravery, and HP attack. So it's pretty deadly, but you shouldn't have any problem with it if you've got some high-leveled characters. Hold on a second. Alright, sorry about that. I had another cough again. So, and as you can see, there are some pretty familiar faces around over here. So, the characters you can recruit, first off, we have Irvine from Final Fantasy VIII over in this area. And then over here, you can recruit Sarah from Final Fantasy XIII. And then when you complete this chapter, you can recruit Edgar from Final Fantasy VI. So we're actually going to take a look at these characters and see what they have. So starting with Irvine, this is his 35 CP, by the way. It's not going to be available on the banner right now, but it will in due time. So the first command we have right here, which is Canister Shot. It's a 3-hit bravery attack that decreases speed. His HP command is Grape Shot, which is a ranged bravery and HP attack that distributes HP damage, and it has a low chance of lowering range defense. Our next character, Sarah, who is our first ever archer, actually. Her commands, we have Wound, which is a magic attack that decreases bravery, max bravery, and inflicts poison. And then we have Moonlight, which boosts bravery, and then she launches an HP attack, and then it boosts her attack for 3 turns. The last character we have is Edgar, who is our first Lancer. His first command we have is Auto Crossbow, which is an AoE bravery attack that hits harder on machines, like Magitech armors. I don't know if you heard that car horn, by the way. And then his second command right over here is Drill, which is a 2-hit bravery and HP attack that hits harder on machines, again, and it lowers defense for 3 turns. So now I'm going to show you what they can do. So give me a quick second. Alright, we're back. So we're going to demonstrate Irvine's first. We're going to do Canister Shot. And there we go. So now we're going to demonstrate Sarah's. And just like that, she inflicted poison. Now we're going to do Auto Crossbow. And it's AoE, which I love. I love AoE stuff. It just makes your life a whole lot easier. Now we're gonna do Drill. This one I do consider to be a little painful looking. Oh. Okay, that was a fail. You couldn't see it because of the cactar. I'll probably have to do that again. Now we're gonna do Moonlight. So she gets some bravery first, and then she attacks, which I think is really nice. So now we're gonna do Grape Shot here. Well, yeah, we're gonna do it now. And if there were any more enemies around here than the... Oh, never mind. It was... Sorry, what I meant to say was, it's always distributed, meaning, like, the damage, the bravery that he has, it will be split equally among each character, among each of the enemies. So I'm gonna do it just one more time, and just like that. I also like how he does different, effects. I mean, like... What am I saying? Sorry, I'm at a loss for words. What I meant to say was, he, like, does it in different angles, which is kind of cool. Oh yeah, and because I have his, 35 CP, he, grants him Brave Regen, which is really nice. I'm sorry, I just really like doing this because it's so convenient to use. Ow. Anyway, so that covers up everything for, Chapter 9, so... Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and comment below if you're going to build any of these characters. So I will see you all next time.